Can you eat pork that is still pink, or will you just die? Well, in this video I hope to show to you not only can you eat pink pork, but sometimes you really should. And this possible death sentence will be served with a side of apple coleslaw and some new potatoes. In the name of science, let's see if I survive. One of the fundamental characteristics of being British is putting an S on the end of a supermarket name when there isn't one there, so I head down to Tesco's and pick up some pork fillet. You often see these poking around for a fairly cheap price, so I pick up a couple. Well, I try to pick up a couple. It's really hard to pick these up when you're filming, so I just go one at a time, and then get these back home to start my experiment. But no, he's thrown down some carrots. And apples. What's going on? Has he gone vegan? No, I'm going to make the coleslaw first because you have to make it in advance. Don't worry, you will get to see my girthy piece of pork before long, but first I just need to prep this coleslaw. It's a very quick and easy one I often throw together with pork because apple goes so well with pork. You just need to peel your carrots and decoy your apples. And yes, I got children's apples, they were on offer. If you have your own slaw recipe, then please let me know in the comments, I would love to learn it. You'll like this next bit, it's great. I'm very sorry folks, but if you don't like dad jokes, you're probably in the wrong place. Throw that lovely apple into a bowl and then it's time for your carrot. Insert second grating joke. Well, bet you're grateful that's done with. No, I promise I'll stop now. Just chuck your carrots in with your apple, then it's time to grab yourself your red onion. Now, I suppose you can grate this, but I've never tried that, I just dice it. Do make sure you dice these extra small, you don't want massive chunks of onion in your slaw. Pop it in the pot and then add some mayo, followed by a splash of white wine vinegar and some SPG or salt, pepper, garlic, and give it a mix. And if it's looking a little dry like mine was, just go ahead and add a little bit more mayo. We've all been there, sometimes things are a little dry, you just need to add a little bit of lubrication. And there we have it, a beautiful apple slaw that is going to go incredibly well with our pork. Just pop it in the fridge until you're ready. And then we step outside to the barbecue. Now this week I am trying out some new charcoal. It happened to be on offer at the garden centre at £3 a bag. Now I could learn how to do this string thing, but I never did, so I'll just attack it with scissors. As I say, I've never tried this green olive charcoal before, but these chunks are looking really big, which is very good for charcoal. I just top it up with some of the leftover charcoal from my last cook, put a couple of firelighters underneath my chimney, light them up, place my chimney on top and leave it for about half an hour. 30 minutes having passed and the coals on top being lit, I pop it in the charcoal basket. If you don't have charcoal baskets, don't worry, just shovel your coals to one side to create a hot zone and a cool zone. Whack on your grill and close the lid to let the whole thing heat up, kind of like preheating an oven. And the pork has landed. Now these two both weigh about ½ kilogram each, and I picked them for being the most consistent along their entire length. You don't want them to be too thin, everyone likes a girthy piece of pork. Give them a good smother in olive oil or anything else you want to use as a binder, then give it a good rub. Then select a barbecue rub of your choice and give it a good coating. Now, the key thing when cooking pork pink and not killing yourself is making sure the internal temperature is at the right point. So I'm going to use my Ninja Pro Smoke to monitor it throughout the cook. But we're not done yet. I'm also going to make a barbecue glaze using a bottle of barbecue sauce from Aldi, which I didn't have enough of, so I grabbed another bottle of barbecue sauce I got from Aldi, and then throw in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And finally, a little bit of lazy chopped garlic. And then, just for good measure, a little bit more barbecue rub. This is stuff I made myself, but use anyone you like. Once that's fully mixed, add in some white wine vinegar that I completely forgot to put in beforehand, and mix it up again. And then we are left with a perfectly serviceable barbecue glaze. Also, I did some new potatoes. Look at them, aren't they sweet? Right, back out to the barbecue, and it's had a nice time to preheat. On my app, I select a pork tenderloin, which is telling me 63 degrees, so I start monitoring it. It's currently at 12, we'll see how we do. As a first step, I am going to sear it all over, so I'm going to give it 1 minute on each side. I say side, it's circular, but I'm going to imagine it's four-sided. I guess square. And I'm not just counting to 60 each time, I'm keeping track of these times on my watch. Each side having had a minute and these nicely sealed, I'm now going to move them over to the cool zone of the barbecue, that is, not above the coals. They are going to spend the rest of the cook slowly coming up to temperature. I will move my barbecue sauce over the coals to heat up a bit so I can brush it on my pork, and keeping an eye on the internal temperature of the pork. We're only at 27 degrees, so plenty of room to play with. We're going to cook these all the way up to about 60 degrees because they will rise a little bit when we rest them. Now, before they cook slowly, I am going to coat them completely with this barbecue glaze. Then close the lid and adjust the vents so they are on their lowest setting, letting as little air through as possible, which will cool the whole thing down and allow that pork to gently rise up to the right temperature. And repeat this process every 10 minutes. Once your internal thermometer is telling you it is at 60 degrees, it's time to pull this pork off. Remember, it will rise another 3.5 degrees while it's resting. As always, I get myself a second opinion with my handheld thermometer, but it having confirmed it, I pull these off. And I'm very happy to do so because these are looking glorious. So let's get them inside to rest and then we can slice them up. Now you want to rest for at least 10 minutes, but I think I left these 15 and then you're ready to slice into them. I will of course be cutting against the grain and in roughly 1 centimeter slices. And when we hit that lovely gooey center, you can see we are nice and pink. This tells me that it is going to be juicy and delicious, just like me. Now, the premise of this video is, of course, can you eat pink pork and not die? Well, I'm happy to report, having lived for 2 weeks after filming this video, I am alive and well, and there were no toilet problems. Sorry if that was TMI, but this channel is supposed to inform you. And if you're cooking pork tenderloin, pink is good. This was actually one of the first dishes I ever did when I got into barbecue, and it came out pink like this, and I was so scared I took each piece and fried it until it was nice and brown and it was really chewy and horrible. Mrs. Barbecue was furious. Still, I am older, wiser and uglier than I was then, and now I know how to properly cook pork, and now you do too. And I will of course serve this pork up with those new potatoes. Remember them? It was a blast from the past. And that coleslaw I made, apple coleslaw. Apple, pork goes together well. And not to waste that barbecue sauce, I'll sprinkle a little bit on the top. And there we are, a fantastic dish that won't kill me, which is all I've ever really wanted from barbecue food. Nice tasting food that doesn't kill you. So, what do you think? Happy to eat pink pork, or are you absolutely terrified by the idea? Please let me know in the comments. Oh, also, while I've got you, I'm looking for a new external hard drive, so any of you happen to be IT geeks too, let me know. Thanks for watching.